Hey friends, it's Hope and today I am here to do a super exciting in my library video. Now I wasn't planning on filming it today, but I got these amazing gems from the library and I knew that no one would be able to appreciate my excitement for these books quite like you all. So I decided, why the heck not? Let's just go ahead and sit down and record another in my library video. It's been about 2 months since I've recorded my last one, so I was due for another library trip and another library haul because we all know I struggle with reading library books over reading the books that I own, which is so ridiculous, but it happens. No shame in my game. But without further ado, I just want to talk to you guys and show you guys, I think like the 5 or 6 books that I got from the library today. The first 2 I'm going to show you, I've actually already started. And the first one is All the Light We Cannot See. And this book is a historical fiction novel set around World War II. And it revolves around a girl who went blind at the age of 6. And at age 10, her and her father travel away from their home in Paris to find her reclusive uncle and live with him since the Germans are occupying her home. And in another perspective, we follow a boy who is recruited by the Hitler Youth, and their paths I know are going to cross at some point, but I've heard amazing things about this book. My mom recently read it and said she really loved it, and it's just gotten so much praise. I knew that I needed to read it eventually. I started listening to it on audio a few days ago, so I'm about 22-23% of the way through. Hopefully I will love it just as much as everybody else has. The next book I have to show you, I also started a few days ago, and that's The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh, and this is the sequel and the conclusion to the Wrath and the Dawn duology. I highly suggest you go check it out because it is wonderful. Alright, so the next book that I want to show you is probably the book that has got me over the moon, like super excited, and it made me want to sit down and just do this video, and that is More and More by the Ritchie sisters. Oh my gosh, guys, I've had the hardest time purchasing this book to where I just kind of like gave up and I won't even go on my rant of purchasing this book. So yeah, we'll just move on to how I got this library copy. I put this on hold when I had troubles getting it from my local Barnes and Noble, and I really never thought that it was ever going to come in stock at the library because they didn't even own the book to then be circulated around to its readers. So today, when I went to the library and they told me that they had this for me, I almost squealed. I was skipping out of the library because I was so excited that I finally have my hands on this book. No one has ever read it before. This is like my personal copy. I feel like this book, they got it for me specifically. Thank you, library. I owe you tons. Honestly, I don't know too much about this book, but I know it's right up my alley. And the things that I do know, it's a new adult book, which, I mean, come on, that just screams hope. And also it's about 2 aerial performers in a circus, and I believe they fall in love, and there's probably going to be tons of tension. And Lainey has loved this book and has talked about it a few times on her channel, and let's just be real, the last couple of books Lainey has raved about and I've picked up and read, I also really loved as well. So I'm trusting her opinion, and the fact that it's new adult, I mean, it's just gonna be really good. I'm hoping for a 5-star book. Please let this be a 5-star book. The next book I want to show you guys is a book that I haven't even heard of before. I haven't heard anybody talk about it, but when I saw the cover, I was like, oh, that looks so sweet. And then I read the description. I was like, oh girl, that's right up my alley too. And that is The Last Time We Were Us, and it is by Leah Conan. Now, just the general summary of this book, it follows this lovely lady right here. She's having the time of her life. Her and her best friend are getting invited to all the cool parties. She's about to start dating this really cute and like swoon-worthy guy that she's been wanting to date for a really long time. But then somebody unexpected from her past comes back into her life, and that is her once best friend, Jason Sullivan. He got out of juvie early from creating a whole bunch of havoc in their town, but the more time our main character Liz spends with Jason, she really truly believes that he isn't really all that bad and all that the town has cracked him up to be, and I think they're going to fall in love, and that just sounds really great. If you guys know anything about me, you know that I absolutely adore the Perfect Chemistry trilogy by Simone Eccles, and that has like a constant theme of kind of like the bad boy image, but there's more to the bad boy than what meets the eye type deal. So I feel like this is going to be something like this too. I also want to say that this is a debut novel for Leah Conan. I could be totally off base on that comment, but my gut is just kind of telling me that it is. I will correct myself down below in the description box if I do find out something different. But yeah, I'm really excited for this book. I think it's going to be a book that is just going to be super sweet, a YA contemporary love story that I'm not going to have to think about all too much and that I can just read and enjoy. Alright, so I have one more book to show you guys, and this book is so very different from all the rest. Really, I guess the only similarities it may have is it is YA, and that book is If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo. I do believe that this is indeed a debut novel for this author, and this will be the first book that I read about that the main character is transgender. So we follow Amanda Hardy as she has just transferred schools for her senior year, and throughout the school year she starts to build relationships, and she gets really close to a boy named Grant, and she finds that the closer that they get, the more that she needs to tell him what she's been hiding and the reason for her move and transferring schools the last year. And of course, that secret is that she was once a male. And I think that this is going to be such a fascinating read because this is a very relevant topic in our culture today, and I haven't seen a book quite like this before. It's not too long at all, it's pretty short, so I'm expecting to read this really quickly. I do plan on doing a non-spoiler book review after I read this book. Alright friends, well those are the books that I got from the library over lunch today. I am so excited for all of these. I hope to read them before the month is over. I don't know how realistic that's gonna be. Well, that does it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for sharing my excitement with me and watching this video and just have me gush a crap ton about these freaking library books. But like I said, no shame in my game. Let me know down below if you guys have heard anything about these two books. I'm really interested to see if other people are reading them. I plan on reading them both hopefully within the next week. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'm sure I will see you soon. Bye.